So this is my mini sketchbook. This is one of the journals that I showed in my latest journal ecosystem video. And I did have a couple of you asking how I made this. So I figured I would just make a quick little video. This should be pretty quick because this is very simple and easy to make. I decided to make this little sketchbook for myself because I wanted to have something that I could take with me on the go. This is just the size that works for me, but obviously measure this to fit your needs. So the supplies that you're going to need to make this are a file folder. This is what I use to create the base of this, and it does make it easier to use an actual file folder because you already have the fold here for the spine, but use whatever kind of paper product you have. I would recommend some kind of cardstock or something that's a little bit heavier, just so this is a little bit more sturdy. You'll need some kind of paper. This is the same paper that I used in this journal, and it's just a very thin kind of watercolor paper. I don't know, I picked this up at an estate sale recently. It's nice because you can put a lot of different mediums on this, but it's also lightweight enough that you can fold it in half nicely in a journal. You'll also need, if you plan on doing a sewn-in binding system, you'll need some kind of cord or embroidery thread. And if you want to do this closure like I did, you'll want to have some twine. I used jute and a hole punch. And then I opted to put in this little eyelet just to make it look pretty. And that's literally all that you need to make the journal itself. And then to embellish the cover, I just used a bunch of random painty papers that I had. This is a good project to use up your paper scraps. So this journal measures about 5 1/4 by 5 3/4. Make it whatever size you like. I'll probably just make this the same size. I'm just gonna line this up and draw a little line there. I am gonna use my paper cutter for this just to make sure that I get a straight cut. So this is going to act as the spine, and I want to cut just the front cover piece, and I believe I said this was 5 1/4. So I'm just going to measure the front flap to be 5 1/4. And then this part is going to get folded over to create this little flap. And you can score a line if you want to. Actually, I'm gonna score a line here just to make sure that it's perfectly straight because I think I am going to put this in my Etsy shop for one of you. So I wanna make sure that it's extra nice. And I just scored a line just a little bit away from the front cover. And that's it. And you can totally keep it just like this if you want. Just so I could see, the reason why I cut this like this was just so I could see a little bit more of the painty paper that was behind this. So I just made it slope down a little bit. And on the inside of this journal, I did paint it with some gesso just to kind of cover up that manila envelope color. So I'll probably do that on this one just to give you kind of a blank canvas so you can paint on it or do more collaging on the inside of it. And this is curling up a little bit, obviously, because it's wet, but once it dries, I'll kind of, you know, it'll come together and it'll lay flat. Okay, so now that this is pretty much dry, I'm just gonna flip this over and I'm gonna work on collaging this. I have a bunch of scrap papers, so I'm just gonna pull out a bunch of those, see what we have to work with. Okay, so I just pulled out a bunch of stuff, way too much stuff, but I like having options, so this is good. I really don't have a plan here. I'm kind of just laying stuff down and hoping for the best. And if I don't like something, I can always peel it up or cover it up. Voiceover Katie coming in here really quick. Just want to let you know that this cover does go through a couple different stages. I end up removing that green splattered envelope in a minute here. I knew something felt off when I put it on, but I just wasn't sure what it was, and turns out it was the green color. I don't really use a ton of green in my journaling, so I should have known right off the bat. But anyway, I do end up taking this off because I just wasn't vibing with it. And yeah, but I wanted to leave the footage in here just so you could see the process, and I thought it was a good example of trusting your creative instincts and trusting the process and just knowing that there are no mistakes when you're making art. Only happy little accidents, as Bob Ross would say. So I think going through this whole process just made me appreciate the outcome of the journal that much more, and I do love how it turns out in the end. And here comes the transformation process. So I'm just taking off some of these paper bits, including that envelope, and I tried to take off this love piece of paper and that didn't work. That got ripped, but it worked out in the end. This paper here is wax paper. I love using wax paper in my collages. I use them as under papers a lot for when I'm painting, so that's how they get all like crazy and chaotic like that. And yeah, I love cutting them up and using them in my collages, and I love using them in my paintings just underneath the paint. It really adds a really interesting texture, and yeah, they're just fun to work with. So here I am just redoing everything, and I reincorporated that piece of the love paper that got ripped off, and I'm adding a little bit of extra wax paper here to just covering up any bits where the envelope is poking through. Oh, and the little hearts are made with just a mixture of acrylic paint and glue, and I just mixed them up in this little squeezy tube, and it creates a sort of like puffed paint effect. Okay, so this is just about dry. I'm just gonna make sure that all the edges are nice and clean. Other thing that I did was I just rounded off the corners a little bit. And something that I didn't do on this one, but I think I want to do for this one is add some stitching. So I'm going to pass this through my sewing machine and just do some stitches along the edges. I love that. I kind of wish I had done it for this one because it turned out so cute. And I just realized I forgot to round this corner. And then the other thing that I did was just went around the edges with this Distress Oxide, just because I like the look of it. I really like when my edges look kind of grungy. Especially when there's lots of bright colors. I like when there's just like a touch of grunge. It tones it down just a little bit. And I'm gonna add a little eyelet here for the closure. And then all that's left to do is put in our signature. So I'm just folding these pages in half because they're already sized. I did decal some of these edges with some little decal scissors, so that's why they look like they're torn. Well, some of them are actually torn because they were larger pages that I ripped in half, but then on the other side I used the decaling scissors. And just to keep everything consistent, I'm just gonna run over the edges a little bit with some of this Distress Oxide. And to bind in my signatures, I'm just going to use this, what is this? This is a bamboo cord, and I'm just doing a simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So I'm measuring my cord to be 3 times the height of the journal. I'm just going to stick my pages in where I want them and clip them in so they stay in place. I'm gonna make my 3 holes. And I'm gonna start it from the outside because I want to tie the bow on the outside. And these edges are popping up just a little bit, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue just to make sure that they don't keep doing that. And then all that's left to do is just add your closure. I love how this one turned out. Actually, I almost like it better than this one. Well, no, I love them both, but this one turned out so cute. I just love all the colors, and I really love the stitching that I added. And I like the bow on the outside a little bit better. It just adds a little bit more color. And I like the blue color of this. I think it brings out the little bit of blue that's in this painty paper over here. And I really have no need for another little sketchbook, so I think I will make this available to whoever wants it. I don't know if I'm gonna list this in my Etsy shop or just do a PayPal situation, but if you want to get your hands on this, I will leave the information in the description of this video. And please let me know if you have any questions, if I can clarify anything for you. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm sending you so much love and big hugs, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye.